What's going on, fellow A-plussers? It's your boy, Adam Perez. We're back once again. Brand new video, brand new live stream today. That's right. It is, in fact, day 3. That means Marvel Hall H. That's right. That's what we've been waiting for. The big Marvel Studios panel they're going to have tonight. It is our day 3 recap. We're going to be following along live here over Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some feeds, see what drops, and just react with y'all and see what's really going on here. So look, I'm going to try and bring up several different places that I know is, I feel like I've subscribed to so many damn people. We should have a constant thing of news kind of coming out. So we'll see how these threads work out and what information we're certainly going to have. There are some rumors. I'll keep refreshing this bad boy, but there are some rumors in regards to what we could possibly see. There's a Denzel Washington sighting somewhere, is a rumor that I'm hearing. So we'll see if he gets announced, and maybe they do a Black Panther 3 announcement or something like that tonight. They're saying there's a lot of people here in regards to the amount of cast that they're certainly going to bring out. I do wonder if this is going to turn into, Chair Watch 2.0. Like people are let in, and it's just like the stage is just massively filled with with chairs for the actors. I'm looking forward to seeing just a big gathering of everybody. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and keep you guys posted as things are dropped for you. There's also another big rumor about Ryan Gosling, possibly also. Yeah, a lot of big things. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for certainly joining me again on day 3. We've had a fun time going over some really great things. If you are in the live chat, if you are watching this live, let me know. From San Diego Comic-Con, even if it's something that we haven't necessarily covered here, what kind of announcements, what big news, what was announced that you're really hyped about, that you're really looking forward to? I definitely want to know you guys' thoughts. So feel free to go ahead, join into the live chat if you want to. Chat is open. I love interacting with you guys as the news winds up dropping. So definitely go ahead and continue to just follow us. Let's see what we got going over here. I'm gonna try and refresh some of this for you guys here. Oh, Brandon Davis posted. He says extra security tonight. They're just letting them in. That was like a minute ago, so it may be a little bit before they actually, like, I guess you got to start like letting people sit down, start getting them ready. How long? Yeah, 1 minute ago they're letting us in. So yeah, I don't know if is that the norm when you go to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm kind of curious. I would think that they would at least seat you, but beforehand. But maybe they did something just extra special because of the fact of how many people there were going to be there. So just a warning. Okay, there we go. Well, this was 10 minutes ago. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Jacob says, just a warning, there's now likely to be a 10 to 20 minute delay on the panel starting. And that was posted about 10 minutes ago. So yeah, a little bit of a delay, it looks like, in regards to that. But I'll go ahead and continue to keep posting. If anything, I'm going to go ahead and just continue to keep refreshing here. But we do have other big news from the day while we go ahead and wait. Big comic book day, if you ask me. DC Comics had a panel, talked a little bit about the Superman side of things, along with sort of their all-in initiatives or their next level kind of stuff, and just their regular, upcoming comics. And then they also had the Absolute Universe give a presentation as well. Some really big announcements in regards to like writers taking over, new new creative teams, new titles being announced and whatnot. So yeah, a lot definitely happened over on DC Comics, and Marvel Comics did their midnight sort of universe that they're going to be creating. I believe it's here in like November or something like that. It's like right around the corner. It's going to be relatively soon. But they're doing like darker takes on some of their big characters like Spider-Man and X-Men and Fantastic Four. So they presented just a smidget more in regards to that, and some really unique Spider-Man stuff too. Also, we might talk about. But let's go ahead and continue to refresh this page. Let me see what is going on here. Here we got a couple of interesting ones here. Let me go ahead and pull this one up here. This is from Culture Crave. Um, Come on, share that screen. Okay, there we go. He posts a motorcycle was heard revving inside Hall H at San Diego Comic Con. Marvel's panel is starting soon. That was about 4 minutes ago. Confirming the panel before Marvel started 30 minutes late, and so we believe we are not starting on time. Okay, so maybe the previous panel took a little bit too much time there. But that's an interesting one. They did just announce possibly Ryan Gosling being talked about as Ghost Rider. I just heard somebody just drop that news, like maybe an hour or so before this panel even started. But the fact that somebody says that they're hearing motorcycles revving inside Hall H Culture Crave, I wonder if that's a little bit of a confirmation there or what. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of announcements they might have here for us. Wouldn't that be some? wouldn't that be some? Wouldn't that be some shit? We can't get a Mahershala Ali Blade, but I got me a Ryan Gosling Ghost Rider. That's crazy. I love them both, but that's crazy. Kiki and Lucas says early and didn't get into Hall H. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I heard people were waiting out there since like Thursday. Since like Thursday. Ooh, here we go. Juicy. We got a Doctor Doom mask and cape has been handed out to all the attendees at Marvel Studios panel. That's dope. It's like the hood and everything. Okay. Are they gonna like turn them into like their Doom bots or something? I find it interesting. Kiki and Luca with the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate you so much. Been waiting all day for this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Look, bro, I'm not even kidding. I got a soda. I got a soda here. I'm treating this shit like a fucking Super Bowl. If I had some beer, I probably would drink some beer, but I don't got a beer right now. I'm treating this shit like a Super Bowl. I got some pizza next to me. That's how we roll around here. Appreciate the super chat for sure. Peg C, what's up, Peg C? I mean, I hope more information comes out about Batman, Nightfall, and new footage. I they Nightfall did have a panel today, earlier this morning, but um, they didn't really announce anything big. I thought I missed it myself. I was like, when was it? I know it was today, and when I double checked, they had something in the morning, but I was hoping my timeline would be like flooded with like new information or something like that, but it was kind of dry. But if I'm wrong, somebody please point me in a direction, please. We got Ricky Perez in the house. What's up, Ricky? Can't wait for Avengers Secret Wars news. Yeah, me either. I got to assume they're gonna say something about it. I mean, I know they want to be. Um, I know they want to be like as secretive about Doomsday as possible. But if I can get a cast announcement for Secret Wars, maybe, right? Maybe. And maybe some concept art to go along with it. I think that would be really dope. Um, so we'll see how that we'll see though. We'll see though. Keegan says, "Is Ricky your brother?" No, I don't. I don't. I mean, I like to think that somewhere down the line, our Perez's have crossed paths at some point. But yeah, I don't know if we're the same, the same or not. But who knows? I'm still refreshing, guys. I'm just trying to see what else might pop up here. A couple other people reporting the Doom mask and stuff. Yeah. Oh, here's a double post worth sharing. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this other one in here. All right, this is from 3 minutes ago and 6 minutes ago. Uh Okay, folks, this is the big one. We're in Hall H. Marvel Studios panel is about to commence. Electric atmosphere in the hall. Lots of people dressed as Doom. I'm dressed as a man who's made too many bad choices. Lovely. Okay, anyway, let's have fun. Okay, and then what else do they? Total Film says lots of excitement in Hall H as we wait for Marvel Studios panel to begin. Previous panel ran 30 minutes late. Okay, so that confirms some additional things for us. It's just fascinating seeing what we got. 12 Eye in the house. Appreciate you coming through, 12 Eye. Pexi says there's a trailer for a re-release of the 1987 Transformers movie, and release date is September 17th. Oh yeah, I think I did see a poster kind of going around for. I didn't know there was a trailer though. Okay, let me see. Let me see if something pops up here. Okay, so that's the page. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, the movie. Ooh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna tee this up real. I did find that trailer you're talking about, Pixie. I haven't seen it yet though. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this as well. Oh, wait. We got movement. We've got movement. We got movement. Um, Hollywood handle. Herbie is on stage. Herbie is on stage. Yeah, they say that it's officially begun. Herbie is on stage. Yeah, this shit just started. He's like their fucking like their greeter. That's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm sure technology wise, that motherfucker is just autonomous out there. I mean, that's got to be one hell of a impressive, like just in regards to droid making skills to have him be out there as a host. At least I would love to see it in motion. I mean, it is Disney, so I would think that they would probably put in some money to actually have a real workable Herbie out there to talk to the audience. I think that that's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, why they just released the first trailer from Mike Flanagan's Carrie in the middle of Marvel Studios? Like it's just gonna get drowned out. Like what? Why? Why not wait? We'll definitely talk about the Carrie stuff after, but it's weird timing, bro. Weird timing. Mm. Man, I'm really gonna I am really looking forward to Doomsday. The trailer really worked for me. Um I'm just fascinated at the combination of things that we're gonna get in regards to character work. You know, what is the situation that they find themselves in? Like, how do they get from point A to point B? Like, I'm ready to just know the details at this point. Like, I really am. Ryan Coogler is in attendance. This is from, yeah, that we're definitely getting ourselves something Black Panther related. And man, coming off of his Oscar, psh, man, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, wouldn't that be insane? I mean, the fact that we're gonna get an opportunity to have freaking Denzel Washington and well, at least that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for tonight. I said Denzel Washington announcement too. Okay, yeah, so they did have Herbie out there. I got a video for you guys. But yeah, Ryan Coogler's in attendance, y'all. I wish it would let me queue up another screen and then transition the screen more smoothly. Herbie on stage. Oh, you know what? I gotta share that again. I'm gonna make sure the audio is on. I don't know if he's talking or not, but oh, he said hello. Uh, uh, whoa, I'm Herbie. That's crazy. I mean, Herbie out there. The Hall H crowd is now singing Don't Stop Believing by Journey. According to Empire Magazine. Pexi says, I know it's off topic. I can't believe it's been 40 years of the 1987 Transformers movie. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, I got a friend named Manny who collects GI Joes and Transformers, man, and he loved the you know that 1987 Transformers was like his life, you know. He loved Transformers so much. Yeah, the only other thing I'm seeing right now is just that we do have something from Daniel Rickman here. Marvel panel is about to begin. This was about 5 minutes ago. But they must be deep into it. You know what? Let me go ahead and pop on this trailer, this Transformers trailer, real quick. I'm gonna keep refreshing here. I have a feeling this is gonna take a minute. I do want to check out this Transformers trailer.
Welcome. I have summoned you here for a purpose.
Whoa. Hey, yo.
I got better things to do tonight than die.
Do I hear a second on that?
Light.
Let's go.
Our darkest hour.
We march forward to a new age.
Bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is a crazy trailer, dude. Holy cow. Jesus, that shit. Yeah, I'm sold. I'm sold. We also got big news here as well. Robert Downey Jr. and Kevin Feige are now on stage. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, that Transformers trailer was insane. Whoever put that trailer together, paid them whatever they want. That trailer was incredible. Yes, I do want to see it. I absolutely do want to see it. That's crazy. All right, Robert Downey Jr. and Kevin Feige. What do you got for us? I guess they're kicking off with some Doomsday. It says, yeah, they're on stage, is what I'm hearing. Yep. That's what we are hearing also. This would be the first time that I've heard about it for sure. I haven't heard that one today. But I would totally be game for it though, for sure. Says Denzel for sure. I hope so. I definitely hope so. I hope Denzel's gonna be there. Because Ryan, at this point, he's done with his X Files. For those of you who didn't know, he's actually working on an X Files reboot series, and he just filmed the pilot episode for I think it's Hulu. I can't remember where it's airing. But he just filmed the pilot episode. It's wrap production and things like that, so it's probably already in post. I can't remember if so they definitely picked up the pilot. I don't know if they've picked up a series order yet or when they view that stuff, but he's pretty much like he's kind of wrapped that up. So I would assume his next project would be Black Panther 3 before he does anything else. And um, so yeah, I think this is the opportune time for him to. Well, Brandon Davis looks like he's gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna open up a separate tab just for Brandon here, just to see if maybe another source I can just refresh and reload, like how quickly he's gonna be posting. Ricky says, "No, I'm not his brother. I'm from Puerto Rico. I do have some cousins in Puerto Rico. I'm just saying, Ricky. We got Fed in the house. What's up, Fed? Wanda was about to end Thanos on Endgame. Steve didn't. Yeah, man. Wanda. Man. Wanda. If there was anybody dangerous enough to have, Thanos could definitely sense it for sure, for sure. He knew exactly that Wanda could whip his ass. He did everything to get her off of him. I still think that she'll have a bigger purpose. I do think so. I cannot imagine there be Avenger movies without Scarlet Witch, and even if it's not in Doomsday, I would like to see her play a role in Secret Wars. Like that would just feel like a really big missed opportunity. And she is an Avenger, right? Like when you think of the Avengers, you think of Scarlet Witch. So I think at some point her story needs to be told. But I am fascinated too, and I think many people are in regards to Steve's role in all of it. You know what I mean? I mean, we see him here in the Avengers Doomsday banner holding Mjolnir. You know, just connecting back to Endgame when he wielded it as well. And you know, a lot of people are suspect. A lot of people feeling kind of sus about the return of Steve Rogers. Not quite, you know, there's some rumors going around that maybe he's Hydra. I have been seeing my man wear a lot of green. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um yeah, I really have no idea, but I would love it if that's the route that they certainly went. So I'm game for whatever. But you know, we'll see how they utilize it all. You know, that's what's it's gonna come down to is you know, what's the story that you can tell? You know, how are you gonna treat the audience? You know, are you gonna treat us like we're idiots? You know, or are you gonna really put together a really well told story? Next is Point News saying a sizzle reel with new footage from Avengers Doomsday is now being shown to attendees. Brandon Davies coming through footage to start the panel. There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people, and then you've got the Avengers. Yo, is my man typing all these people's names while he's there? That's crazy. The, the thumbs on this man. I would have just been like the Avengers. Lots of Infinity Saga footage, some multiverse saga footage, Fantastic Four, the shot of Hawkeye aiming the bow at Loki. Toby Spider-Man says the line. 3 Spidey swing. Doctor Strange explains he did what he had to do to protect our world. Deadpool Wolverine. Across every universe. Footage from everything. Wakandans, Thunderbolts. It's hype as hell in here. That's legit. That's legit. Yo, props to Brandon Davis for like having such a detailed um like tweet to all of that while my man's trying to enjoy the event himself. That's dedication, dude. That's dedication. That's crazy. Shout out to Brandon Davis, man. Yeah, I'm gonna repost that shit. Here we go. Today at San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel when we talking about movies confirms Kevin Feige. Yeah. They got D23 later on this year. Well, he says mainly talking about movies. So yeah, I guess I don't know if you just throw in Vision Quest real quick, not or not. But yeah, I don't know if you just throw in Vision Quest or not, but with D23 this year, I think that's really all going to be all the television stuff. I think they really are just going to want to focus on really just want to focus on movies right now. As they should, because I think their focus should be different, if you will. And here's another shot of that same kind of post, but from Brandon. Oh, so just as I literally just as I said that, just as I said that about WandaVision, I mean about Vision Quest. Just as I said that about Vision Quest. Nexus Point News says Kevin said Vision Quest is the end of the Wanda trilogy. So, you know, I kind of expected that, but that's good confirmation at least. I wonder if they're going to show anything else. I mean, if he says he's going to be mainly talking about um, movies, that seems like it left a little bit of room for maybe some movie talk. A little room for some television talk, you know? I'm excited for Vision Quest. I really am. For those of you who don't know about Vision Quest, they wind up picking up the showrunner from the Star Trek series Picard to come on board and write this. So it's definitely going to have sort of a sci-fi sort of vibe to it for sure. I believe Mick Giacchino, who is the son to his father Michael Giacchino, the composer, um, he's doing music for Vision Quest. It sounds incredible. It absolutely sounds incredible. So I really do think that they're going to be handling that series certainly with care. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. I don't know if Wanda shows up in that or not, but yeah, I don't know if she shows up or not, but I'm eager to kind of see the end of that story, how it kind of wraps up for, especially for Vision as a character, because I really do like Paul Bettany in that role. Bro, get out of here. First major updates. Okay, look, it's always like, even though we heard it kind of just tease a second ago, the the fact that it's so well kind of put together, the confirmation of this is incredible. Our first major big update here. First logo for Ghost Rider, directed by Sean Levy, starring Ryan Gosling. These two just made a movie together. They literally just did Star Wars Starfighter. And now they're teaming up again for Ghost Rider with a new logo. Holy cow. And Ryan Gosling attached. First logo for Ghost Rider, directed by Sean Levy, starring Ryan Gosling. Dude. Oh, what is happening right now? Oh, wow. Wow. Look, I'm just gonna it makes me laugh. Like I first off, I'm just gonna be dead ass. Like, I love this announcement. I love this announcement. Okay. Let me start off by saying that. But it's just crazy to me that we can't crack a Blade story for one of the best actors out there for Ali, but we can crack a story for Ghost Rider, my man. Come on, bro. Like, what? I hope they prove me wrong. I hope right after this announcement, they're like, Blade, Ali. Like, I hope they prove me wrong. Hit me with the Blade announcement, dude. Like, let's just really dive into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's build to a Midnight Suns or something like that. If we're going to do it, like, let's commit. Let's do it though. Hit me with the Blade announcement next, please. But I'm kind of hyped for that. If there is a hesitation, I'll definitely let you know. Oh my God. Kevin Feige. Come on, bro. Kevin Feige says he's seen Star Wars Starfighter and it's Amazing. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. Oh, bro. Oh my God. Here we go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and get to some of you guys' comments here in a little bit. Nothing is like slowing down like at all. Here, let me man, that Ryan Gosling news got me shook. Here we go. Stage. Psh, yo, let's effing go, bro. If we're gonna do this shit, let's do this shit. Is that the theme song too for the? Yeah, man, that's the only thing I feel odd about. Other than that, this is gonna be high. Ryan Gosling, go see Drive if you haven't seen him in Drive. He's incredible. I do like Ryan Gosling a lot as an actor. Um, and I'm really excited to see what he's capable of doing in Starfighter, especially. Like, I'm really hyped for Starfighter. Sean Levy is one of those guys. Let me turn this volume down. Sean Levy is one of those guys where he he delivers. What, whether or not you think Sean, look, Sean Levy he did the Deadpool movies. People come out to see them. They love those movies, right? He's done a couple of other that was the Adam Project. He's did a couple of other ones, but his movies are always bankable. And so if Star Wars Starfighter, especially for someone like Kevin Feige, who is a well-known Star Wars fan, if he kind of appreciates what's going on there, then he must have saw something and was just like, yeah, here's our opportunity. But that's crazy. They literally just made a movie. They just made a movie. Let me also go ahead and bring up this Brandon Davis. He's got a couple announcements here also. Ghost Rider starring Ryan Gosling and directed by Sean Levy arrives in 2028. 2028. John Bernthal is on stage. Are we gonna wait? Are we getting a Punisher movie? Hold on, they haven't announced that, but John Bernthal is on stage, or are we talking Spider-Man Brand New Day right now? Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe we have a fucking Ghost Rider movie, dude. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. It's happening. Oh. Oh, okay. According to Brendan Davis, he brought sorry, I'm feeling a little naked out here without my overlays up. He was out there for. I gotta follow that up. I was like, where, why was he out there, y'all? Somebody give me an update. Brandon Davis. He brought Spider-Man brand new day footage with him. He says effing awesome. Hulk is full on rage. Frank and Peter. Okay. I don't wanna that's kind of spoilerish, guys. I really don't wanna talk about that so much, if I'm being honest. I will just go to this one for now. I'm still refreshing to see what else we got though. That's crazy, though. Man, Ryan Gosling. John Bernthal. So yeah, he did just bring Spider-Man brand new day footage. He didn't bring anything fancy. I'm done. Like I don't need to see any more information. You know what I mean? Like I'm good. Like I'm good. Like I want to just go in. I have not watched anything since the last trailer for Brand New Day. Like I don't want to know anything else. Like I barely know anything. I want to keep it that way. Discussing Film says the Russo brothers are now on stage to talk about Avengers Doomsday. Let's see what else we got. Damn it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Oh. Here we go. The whole cast of Doomsday is at San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, they're like all on stage. I said, maybe that they just dropped. Wait, are they all like all on the TV screen or something like that? Kind of weird. Where are they? Are they on the stage? Here, let me pull up this other image. It's hard to see. It's like someone took a picture of the screen, but I can't tell. Like, are they? Where are they? This one's from Cosmic Marvel, the cast of. Let me pull that one up. Okay, I got a couple quick announcements here. All this just hit like a ton of bricks, dude. Here we go. This one was from Discussing Film like 49 seconds ago. Haley Atwell will return in Avengers Doomsday. Is she going to be showing up as or will officially return as Peggy Carter? Well, at least that's according to Nexus Point News. Will return as Peggy Carter. Well, I guess it's the same as I was going to say. Is she coming back as Peggy Carter, or is she coming back as Captain Carter? That's what I would like to know. I do see other people confirming that as well. Here, I'll go ahead and pull up this other one from Discussing Film. Just dropped this other one too. Robert Downey Jr., Pedro Pascal, Haley Atwell, and Chris Evans on stage. You know, in my mind, I always wanted to believe that the world that Steve went back to was always a Captain Carter version of her, or like they finally met back up after all those years. Captain Carter making it home, sort of thing. I always in my mind's eye, I always was hoping that he'd meet a version of Captain Carter. Or who knows? Who knows? Maybe we need the Captain Carter on our side because Doom has Hydra Cap. Would that be fucking bananas? Chris Evans versus Haley Atwell? Is Hydra Cap and Captain Carter? Psh, give it to me. Give it to me. Yo, I don't know, but it just says Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter will be in Avengers Doomsday. In what capacity? I do not know. Got Robert Downey Jr. talking about some things. Decisions will have to be made. You'll have to be on the side of the good guys, or you'll have to consider the alternative, joining a family of doom. Interesting. Is he turning everybody into doom bots and shit? Kiki Lucas says they should stream live. I know, right? They really should. Oh yeah, my man just got done with the Project Hail Mary. That's right, like the biggest talked about movie this year. Yeah, appreciate the reminder of that. Like, going all the way back to his other movie. Oh, Brandon Davis has 2 quick updates for us back to back. So first, will Reed and Doom have a history together in Doomsday? Pedro says besties. So maybe they do. Like maybe I would be curious if they have fought before and Reed thought he kicked them out into like another dimension or something like that. And that's where Doom has been like festering for such a long time. Like maybe there is animosity there, that story that gets kind of revealed. I would be kind of curious. I'm sure Pedro was probably joking also, but the fact that he even said that, I'm like, no, there's probably some truth to it for sure. Um, and then also according to Brandon, Deadpool is here. Yeah, like he says, so this is the real one. I mean, I guess that's a valid question, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh my god. So you already got the cast. Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought like the cast left, but the cast is still there, and Deadpool comes out. Deadpool just asked Paul Rudd why Thor was crying. He's a Wrexham fan. You know goddamn well why he's crying. So he's like talking to the cast. Is my man in Doomsday? Is that what's happening right now? Is my man in Doomsday? Oh, here we go. Is it really him though? Ryan Reynolds is in Hall H, dressed as Gray Deadpool. Oh God, God, is he already on? He's already making fun of Brand New Day or something. What the fuck? What is happening right now? Yeah, I'm what like, is he in Deadpool? Is he about to bring out some X-Men characters or something like to come along with him? There had been some talk out there that Ryan Reynolds said that he was working on like writing a Deadpool movie, but that it wasn't necessarily Deadpool, but it was more like an ensemble. Um but he always has kind of said the idea that he was going to um he was going to go ahead and work on something like that. But it didn't sound like it was anywhere near kind of fully developed or anything like that, but outside of a concept and maybe a couple of drafts he was working on. So I am kind of curious as to how Deadpool um plans on fitting into all of that. Oh, here we go. Brandon Davis says Avengers Doomsday footage exclusive to Hall H is about to play. Are you ready to meet your doom? Oh, oh shit. Oh, ain't no motherfucking way. Here you go. Oh my God. Are you ready to meet your doom? And then they drop a fucking doom poster. Oh my God. So they didn't show us the exclusive footage, but they gave us the poster. Bruh. That is crazy. That's crazy. Yo, the gravitas of this, of the man just literally aura farming on the poster. Oh my God. That's a sick ass poster, dude. Where the hell's my overlay? There we go. Brandon Davis with a great update. Paul H. footage from Doomsday description. Sue describes Victor Von Doom. She knew he was a lot, but didn't know how broken he was. Doom says that all of these people have lived stolen lives and now they must give them back. Reed grabs Victor's shirt and yells, "Answer me, Victor. Did you do this?" Dor tries to bring the axe on his head, but Doom flicks it aside with ease. With his green sorcery, he raised the sentinels and turns into the frame full of so much power. Crazy. Crazy. Yo, that fucking poster is insane. Like, what? So they definitely knew each other. All of you have lived stolen lives, and now you must give them back. Huh. Kevin Feige also announces Avengers Endgame will re-release in theaters September 25th. So just months before Doomsday, you can go see Endgame again. Again, that was September 25th. It's going to be re-released. Sue Storm describes Victor Von Doom. So it's almost like they're sort of bringing, I mean, clearly it sounds as though at this point something's gone down with the Doom. And so now they're kind of bringing their knowledge about who Doom certainly is in here. Sue Storm describes Victor Von Doom. She knew who he was. She knew he was a lot, but didn't know how broken he was. So I wonder who she's talking to in that regards. Maybe Thor, maybe the rest of the team. Doom says that all these people live stolen lives. Reed grabs Victor's shirt. And yells, "Answer me, Victor. Did you do this?" So he's not in his, he says Victor's shirt, not Doom's shirt or anything like that. So is this a flashback or did they get the opportunity to see like actually Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom? He raises a sentinel and turns into the frame. Interesting. All right, so that's what they showed. And then next, so that actually ends Avengers Doomsday, I believe, because Nexus Point News right now just announced Black Panther 3. So that does leave me curious. Set to release December 15th. The film will be shot on larger format celluloid film. But yeah, set to release December 15th, 2028. So we're getting two movies December 2028. Um so Ghost Rider sounds like it's actually coming before Black Panther. So Ghost Rider, is that going to be like the first movie out the gate after Secret Wars? Is that how they have it set up? Remind me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like two movies in 2028, Ghost Rider and Black Panther 3. But yeah, that might have actually wrapped it up for. Oh shit. Here we go. David Johnson has been cast as T'Challa's son in Black Panther 3. Yo, David Johnson is an incredible actor. Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy. He will officially play T'Challa. T'Challa Jr. Yeah. Oh shit. Here we go. This is from Brandon Davis. T'Challa has grown up in Black Panther. T'Challa Jr. will have been grown up in Black Panther 3, now played by David Johnson. Yo, that's amazing. I love that news. They got Letitia Wright out there with them also. Come on, somebody hit me with the which one am I sharing? Where's the one that I want the disgusting film one? Somebody hit me with a Denzel Washington, bro. Letitia Wright and David Johnson both on stage out there. Oh man. Somebody said Denzel Washington's on stage. Yeah. You sure about that, Nathan? I'm trying to find it right now. I do like that logo though. There you go. Go ahead and enlarge that. Can I enlarge that here? Yeah. That should look clean. That should look clean. David Johnson is T'Challa Jr. He was just great in The Long Walk. If you guys haven't seen it, he was in it. Mark Hamill was in that movie too, which was crazy. I didn't even know he was in that film at the time. But yeah, if you get the opportunity to check out The Long Walk, he's incredible in that. He was also really great in Alien Romulus. Great choice, man. Great choice. How do you guys feel about that? If anything, I mean, there was always kind of rumors about the idea that at some point in time he was going to go ahead and actually do some sort of time size, like time jump. Nathan says him and Shuri are the same size. No, come on. How tall my man? My man got to be like he's gonna be like a Teen Titan version of Black Panther. What's gonna happen here? Here, while we wait for that, I do want to share this. This is Ryan Gosling talking about being a part of Ghost Rider.
Wow. Is this really happening? Okay. As you know, this is a character I've wanted to play for a very long time. So, Kevin, Josh Horowitz, Paul H., thank you.
That's cool. I'm glad they made it happen for him, man. I'm really glad they made it happen for him, for sure. That's dope. I'm gonna be my ass gonna be seated faux show. Like, ain't no way I'm not gonna go see that movie. I think he's gonna absolutely kill it. I hope they got a really good, you know, sounds like it's something that they really planned on for a really long time and probably even worked out the kinks of it all while they were putting together Star Wars Starfighter. So I would like to see like a phase timeline by the end of this. If you know, after everything that they reveal, if you know that they just if they just you know just put it up visually. I do like me a good Marvel timeline. I'm not gonna lie. We also got the well, it's loud. Damn, I was blowing my fucking eardrums, bro. Ugh, don't like that.
I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you to this amazing family that I have the honor and the privilege and the blessing.
I was hoping I would do a little bit longer and get his whole speech, but yeah. I do have another angle of that same speech, though. David Johnson, the reveal of David Johnson as let me pull this up. Damn it.
I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan.
That's the whole speech, yeah.
Thank you to this amazing family that I have the honor and the privilege and the blessing to join.
I wish it was the whole thing, but that's okay. But yeah, man, opportunity of a lifetime for David Johnson. You're gonna put in that work, man. Yeah, no one can replace Chadwick for sure, but he this guy's gonna do incredible stuff. This guy's gonna do some incredible stuff, and I hope he's given the opportunity for sure. But he's really talented, dude. So we got Ghost Rider and we got Black Panther 2. That's so weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. They so the people from the cast were there, but it does look odd the way that they're kind of revealed. Like if you're in the middle.
We want to bring some love to the front rows as well. So here we have Pedro Pascal.
Someone had a fucking heart attack at the sound of Pedro Pascal's name. Just listen.
We have Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, man. That's weird. That's a weird setup. It almost looks like they like spread everybody out around the guests. Like they have looks like they set up several different stages and then they put the cast out there, but that's not the main stage, right? Like, is that just around the oh, it's just a team of X-Men, Avengers, and oh, I see. Oh, wow, that's the only one. So it was like 5 on each team almost. No, that's 7 on the X-Men. How many we got here? We got 6. Okay. So I wonder where they were set up. I wonder where they were set up at when they put that presentation together. I wonder how they set that up. I was hoping that it would just be like the big stage would just have everybody sitting there and talking and stuff, but maybe they're not ready to do that just yet. Ooh, we were talking about pushing the idea of re-releasing Endgame. More re-release Endgame news. Endgame Encore will have an exclusive look at Avengers Doomsday in theaters September 25th. So they continue to promote this. Like, hey, if you want this extra footage, dog, because they have been talking highly about the idea that they were going to add more footage to connect Endgame more to Doomsday, and build that up a little bit. So it definitely looks like that's what they're attempting to do here. And it would also hurt if they want to get that top spot of largest, box office movie of all time and recapture that from Avatar once again, or whatever the case may be. I could see Avengers Doomsday trying to, or Avengers Endgame trying to do that again too. That Ghost Rider news was bananas though. Nathan says James Cameron better put his films back in theaters. Oh, don't worry. The next Avatar movie release, he'll re-release he'll re-release all of them. I'm sure. That next Avatar movie release, you better believe go see Avatar again in theaters. Yeah, man, you got to do that marathon. That's where they make their big money. That's what Avengers did, right? Building all the way up to Endgame. I mean, some theaters would be like, you can go see all those movies again in theaters to build up towards it. Kiki he says, "Are you happy with the news?" Adam, I'm super ecstatic. Look, outside of what I just mentioned earlier, I am super ecstatic. I trust Sean Levy as a director. I've seen enough of his work to know that if he makes a movie, I know I'm going to enjoy it. Um, you know, Ryan Gosling can do anything. My man's range is incredible, and he adds a level of charm and charisma about it. So I do think in that regards, he will add a little levity where it counts. But I am curious to kind of see, maybe start seeing Star Wars Starfighter and maybe a little bit of a darker, maybe a deeper approach. I don't know. I don't. When I think of Sean Levy stuff, I find his stuff to be very lively. A lot kind of going on, sort of thing. I've never really seen him tackle something quite like that before, but maybe I'm overlooking something. But I do think Kevin Feige might have seen Star Wars Starfighter and just be so blown away and think to himself, like, man, this guy's really capable of kind of really stretching out his range a little bit, also. So we'll see. As long as it's not like too light in regards to jokey comedy sort of thing. I don't need this to be a Deadpool movie. But I don't need this to be a Deadpool movie in that regards. I know Sean Levy has a history of working with, like Ryan Reynolds and things like that. So I don't need that type of jokey movie. But I need somebody that can do the serious, burdened by, fucking hell, with this motorcycle. But also bring some charm and charisma to it at times also. And I think Ryan is just more than capable of doing that. So I'm really excited for that. That sounds awesome. Brian has always wanted to play this role, and I think if he has gotten that opportunity, he's going to put it all and certainly make whatever script is given to him as best as it possibly can be. So he'll definitely heighten the film a little bit as well. But so I am excited for that. I think it definitely opens the door for being able to do other things now in that realm. But I Blade would be nice too. I'm just saying. But and David Johnson, phenomenal actor. Again, go check out The Long Walk if you haven't seen David Johnson. But I think he's going to be more than capable, and I think he's going to have a side to him. That'd be a really, really interesting one. And I trust in Ryan Coogler, especially being directed by Ryan Coogler, bro. My God, we're gonna get an incredible performance by him. I think. To eventually, I would assume by the end of that movie, taking up the mantle of Black Panther. But yeah, I really dig both announcements. Like, I'm not disappointed at all. Things are kind of quiet. I'm wondering if people are typing away. I wonder if people are typing away. Like, what happens when they announce these big things and people are getting like excited? And well, I guess there is a section that is just fans, and then others that are, others that are you know others that are more part of the what do you call it, the not the staff or anything like that, but like just journalists and things like that in general. um so I am kind of curious as to when they make these big announcements, how people are like responding to them. Like, do they have to like pause and wait for these people to like type out some of their tweets and stuff? You know, um, this is the speech from David Johnson. I'm still refreshing. I haven't seen any other big news after that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. To add more to the Black Panther news, while we wait for more news to drop, we got Ryan Coogler on stage.
It's always an honor to come here. My first time here was in 2008. I sat way in the back, way in the back, almost 20 years ago. We've been here many times since. But today is extra special. Today is extra special. I want to invite out some of our amazing cast that are also in Avengers Doomsday. I think they close by. Maybe they take another shot. There goes Tish. There goes Winston.
Me too, Kiki and Luca.
We have a little bit of news for you guys. It's early days. We hard at work. But our film has a date. It's coming out December 18th, 2028.
Nice.
December 15th, my bad. Shoot less days. Yeah. Well, I got a little bit more news. This film will be captured on this format right here. I don't know if they got it's gonna be a large format movie.
Nice.
Shot on celluloid. Very excited about that.
I'm actually about to get you,
like Kevin likes to say,
start getting your dates, Marvel.
One more thing. The last time we were together, we got to make a movie. We introduced a character who's the son of the character that the great Chadwick Boseman played. Our T'Challa in that film. And today, I want to tell you guys that this next film He grows up, he comes of age, um, and we have to find an incredible actor. You guys in this hall, you guys might know some of his work. He was great in a movie called The Long Walk. He was great in Alien Romulus. I want you guys to give a warm welcome to our new Black Panther,
Ooh.
David Johnson.
Ooh. What an announcement, bruh. He said their new Black Panther.
This young man.
He said their new Black Panther. He didn't say T'Challa Jr., I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard him correctly.
He was great in a movie called The Long Walk. He was great in Alien Romulus. I want you guys to give a warm welcome to our new Black Panther, Mr. David Johnson.
Damn.
This young man.
He said something to her. Man, okay. So can I be honest with you? I'm gonna tell you what just happened right now. This is a passing of the torch moment right here. This was when he comes out. Ryan Coogler doesn't say anything by mistake, my guy. I mean, he comes out here and he says, "This is our new Black Panther," and you just wait at the end to see like Letitia Wright, how she stands and is kind of waiting for him and stuff, and they have a pretty big embrace. And I think he says something to her, and then she kind of she her nod after the embrace almost feels like a full acceptance type of thing, you know. So it makes me kind of curious as to what her fate is going to be in something like um um Doomsday and Secret Wars. You know what I mean? I'll be kind of curious if she even makes it out of either of those movies alive, and it's sort of like a passing of the torch sort of situation, like either whether or not Homeboy is even ready for that position. Like it's just me speculated in regards to the direction that it could kind of go. But I am I don't know, that moment just felt more like a passing of the torch type of thing. But man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Marcelino in the chat. What's up, Marcelino? Appreciate you coming through, man. Many believe that Black Panther should continue after Ryan Coogler leaves. There's storylines where Wakanda leaves Earth and becomes a country in space. Yeah, that's certainly possible. That's certainly possible. I would definitely like the character to certainly move on. Continue in the MCU and have an impact. Black Panther is a huge like impactful part, just a huge important piece in Marvel Comics. Yeah, absolutely. I hope they do kind of explore something, similar to how, John Watts got Spider-Man kind of off the ground. Now you've got Ryan Coogler, who's done the same thing for the Black Panther franchise. Definitely going to have certainly big shoes to fill, but a new perspective and a new vision certainly wouldn't help. Certainly wouldn't hurt for a character like Black Panther. So yeah, I would absolutely love to see it continue after that for sure. It's kind of corny. I was listening to this Ryan Reynolds. I just tried to pull some news and I see this Ryan Reynolds clip that's starting to go around and it just feels a little cringy to me. Like what is he being used for? Is he introducing the X-Men? One thing not talked about enough, in my opinion, Marvel needs to get the succession right. They can't have Chris Evans and RDJ keep coming back from movies because new Marvel movies underperform. Who's going to be the new generation of Marvel characters, which resonates with fans? I am also hoping that that's what this movie kind of establishes, in regards to moving forward. Um, Maybe Black Panther is a big piece of that because it takes place afterwards. And I also have a feeling I wouldn't surprise me too if Black Panther 3 ends up introducing something like Storm into the MCU, to kind of build onto that mutant saga. But having a new Black Panther in David Johnson, especially if he gives a killer performance in it, I think could really establish him as a new generation for fans to kind of latch onto and tell the bigger MCU story sort of out of that. You know what I mean? Um, the fact too that this is sort of a time jump. It really makes me think that like Secret Wars is truly like the end of the current MCU that we have. Like that would be a great opportunity to do something crazy in Secret Wars where you finally wrap up that main Earth 616 like storyline in general. Whatever like the ramifications of the conclusion to Secret Wars is that gives rebirth to this universe, launching it sort of like after a time jump after with Black Panther, I think would be a really good idea. And then you can kind of set like what the world looks like. Like, did all those older heroes sacrifice themselves? And now people have taken up new mantles, of those same characters. Um, different characters but taking up the same mantles like a new Captain America, a new person in an Iron Man suit. Maybe you can have some carryover like a Thor if you certainly wanted to, like a god, somebody that could like withstand sort of that type of universal cosmic change or whatever the case may be. But that's I think as far as like for a fresh, soft reboot type of thing for the MCU, um, a time jump where something has happened like officially to sort of like the old guard in saving the universe to give rebirth to this one, and that you have a younger generation kind of take over for those characters. I could kind of see and really focus more mainline on the X-Men to be the ones that kind of then carry your MCU stuff with the Avengers and them kind of in the background a little bit. You might be able to get away with that, but that's just me speculating. Just kind of throwing out some ideas as to what I would certainly kind of do or look forward to seeing how they would execute it. So this is I'm wondering, is that the whole panel? It was just an hour long. Was that everything? Was that the whole panel? Marvel Studios, Ghost Rider. Oh yeah, this is the 2028 schedule. That's it, huh? Is that the whole thing? Why am I getting the feeling that that was the whole thing? But they did get the opportunity to see new exclusive footage to those that were in attendance. They got John Bernthal there. They had the whole entire cast of Doomsday. I wonder how long that footage was, because the movie is like done, I think. Well, I don't know if it's officially like finished and ready to go yet. I'm sure they're probably still working on it in post. They have until the end of the year. But yeah, that actually might be it for. Yeah, the Marvel panel is over. Okay. They are going to interview some cast members. So, I will say, Kiki and Lucas says, thanks for the coverage every day of Comic Con, Adam. Hey, no problem. Whatever I can do, man. Whatever I can do. So yeah, let's talk about it. Like I will say this. I'm not I definitely was hoping for certainly a little bit more, but I definitely understand. And I say that because one, you also have Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's set to go ahead and drop next week. You know what I mean? So you already got that you kind of want attention to still be focused on. Um, but then I'm quite sure that after Brand New Day drops, um, they're gonna go full on sort of marketing and pushing and campaigning for Avengers Doomsday for sure. Um, so those in attendance definitely got the opportunity to see exclusive footage, which would have been awesome. Oh, but yes, I also cannot forget, Adam, they did go ahead and drop this sweet ass poster today. I forgot all about this thing. Dude, look at my man aura farming right now. That's crazy. The green mist. Yo, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So I appreciate them dropping this for sure. Like this is some shit that I want to put on my wall. Like for real. This is a poster. This is a poster. He's just like basking in his glow. What does aura farming like? Just soaking it all in, like just hitting the most epic pose you possibly can. You know what I mean? Uh, just giving off this aura, just this vibe. It's incredible. So yeah, I love this poster. But yeah, I mean, look, if I could be real with you guys, because I'm always real with you guys, I love the sound of this Ghost Rider thing. I do. But it's just like we couldn't fit the movie in anywhere, guys. We couldn't get a Blade movie at all. It was truly that hard to crack. You know, and to be fair, to be fair, um, well, no, I don't want to. I don't really want to be fair because Mahershala Ali said, I want to do a Blade movie, and Kevin Feige said, "Yep, you got it." Um, Ryan Gosling wants to play Ghost Rider. Kevin Feige, you got it. And my man got a director on board like that. Now, to be fair, they were just both working together. So they probably came up with this idea. Like, this almost feels like just an idea that just popped into their head overnight. Or at least, like, to the point of, at least from when filming began for Star Wars Starfighter, is what I feel like is when those talks kind of began, right? Like when they started actually working with each other, really loving the idea, working beside each other, and then decided, hey, you know what would be really great? I heard you wanted to be Ghost Rider one day. I do want to be Ghost Rider one day. I'm gonna write you a Ghost Rider story. I hope you write me a Ghost Rider story. Hey, Kevin Feige, can we start a Ghost Rider story? You know what, Sean Levy? Ghost Rider story. You got it. Boom, greenlit, right? Like it probably just happened as easily as that. You know what I mean? So but Ryan Gosling wants to make a movie. Bam! Like you can't tell me there ain't like incredible script writers out there that couldn't have formulated a a great Blade movie. Like you got like two writers coming up with ideas. You couldn't just come up with a Blade movie too. There's no incredible black writers out there that can have a Blade pitch for the MCU. Can we please? But Sean Levy, boom, you got it, brother. Come on, man. You can't tell me Blade and Ghost Rider wouldn't go hand in hand. So maybe we will eventually get a Blade movie. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we eventually will get one when they kind of figure out how do we make this character kind of fit a little bit more. But man, I really wish that they would have hit us with both a Ghost Rider and a Blade just to be like, we got y'all covered still. But man, outside of that, Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling, Ghost Rider, sold, baby, sold. If there are some people that I hear critique the idea of like, but Sean Levy, does he really fit the mold of what I envision a Ghost Rider movie to be? I can see that as a fair critique that people might have in regards to it. But I also haven't seen Star Wars Starfighter yet. So I am curious to see how that will all play itself out. I do think he's going to crush it. I feel like for some reason, when people talk about Star Wars Starfighter, it's like they just glow. Like there's just like I'm not just saying this for the camera type of response. It resonates with people that have been a part of the product or have seen it. So when people talk highly of Star Wars Starfighter, I definitely believe it. So I have a feeling he's very capable, and if he could do a Star Wars movie, I think my man's, I don't want to say his range is there because people probably will say like some of Sean Levy's movies feel like they could be Star Wars movies, but now maybe he just cranks it up to a 20 because this is like his wheelhouse now. You know what I mean? But I would be fascinated, intrigued to kind of see how his style works for Ghost Rider and if he can also adapt and change his style um to fit something a little darker in that regards. But yeah, man, I am really excited for Ghost Rider. Like I think the possibilities can be really cool. And Black Panther 3, I was hoping, maybe Denzel's not here, man. Maybe they're like, maybe that's not coming together. Maybe we're getting our hopes up a little bit in regards to Denzel. And that's why we call these things rumors. You know what I mean? Especially leading into San Diego Comic Con, everything just sounds plausible and believable. Kiki and Lucas says D23 is coming next month. Yes, it definitely is. Disney is going to give the best stuff for its own convention. You might be right. I have a feeling that I have a feeling that if anything, they're going to focus on the TV side of stuff. Kevin Feige did say here at this panel we're going to be talking mostly movies. I wouldn't be surprised if he opens up D23 in that sense of like, we're going to be talking mainly television and animation, but maybe leaving us a little bit of a sliver for live action and tease more Avengers Doomsday at D23 and then some of the Marvel and television and animation stuff. That I can see them certainly doing. Kevin Feige said, Feige said, no more Blade. We got Wesley Snipes Blade. Yeah, I guess once you got Wesley Snipes Blade, and you're like, but we're so close to like just relaunching into something new. And I can't say that it came out of nowhere because they even tried to fit him in Eternals. So, they clearly had maybe another picture, but I can't imagine that a Blade sequel would, or that a Blade film would be impacted by how people received Eternals. Like I couldn't imagine that, right? So they had opportunity and time to create it and do it. Yeah, I'm just real surprised. I mean, it's cool that and maybe he's just like, look, I'm so close, like I'm so close to wrapping all this up, that I don't necessarily want to start anything new until after Secret Wars. You know what I mean? But I mean, we also did get Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four and stuff, but I guess maybe that stuff was already, well, Mahershala Ali says he wanted to be fucking Blade a long time ago, right? A long time ago. And I got to imagine Kevin Feige has to have some level of flexibility to kind of fit a Blade movie in and not use the lame ass excuse of, oh, I wanted to restart the universe over first. Just like, dude, you're gonna wait like additional 7 years? How long has it been since that was announced? That's been a minute, right? But I mean, you got Wesley Blade, I guess. Wesley Snipes, but he was great in Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't get me wrong, but I want a new one. But yeah, all right. So that's gonna do it, man. But yeah, the Black Panther stuff too. Awesome. I was real surprised Denzel Washington didn't make it. But I really love the moment of seeing David Johnson come out there. Ryan Coogler referring to him as the new Black Panther, really not mincing any words. And I personally just seeing that introduction really felt like there was a passing of the torch kind of moment between Letitia Wright and David Johnson there. So I am kind of curious as to what Shuri's fate now certainly is, as she's had to carry the Black Panther mantle for the sequel, and then in these upcoming Avenger movies. So we'll see what her roles are going to be when it comes to Doomsday, along with Secret Wars. But Yeah, really big announcement. I think they nailed it in regards to casting. I think he's an incredible actor. Again, if you haven't seen David Johnson in The Long Walk or Alien Romulus, do yourself a favor. You certainly won't be disappointed if he's going to be the one kind of carrying the mantle forward. Really big win. So I look, the cool ass Avengers Doomsday poster, uh Ghost Rider announcement, Black Panther announcement. Um I'm happy. I'm certainly happy with it. And I think the people in Hall H probably were happy with it. I mean, they got extra footage in regards to Doomsday also on top of that, and got the opportunity to see some, the Punisher out there and shit. So yeah, I do wonder if the Punisher is going to be in Ghost Rider also. Interesting. But I'm sure some people will feel underwhelmed or that they didn't do enough. That's usually what it is all the time. But I think these are solid announcements, especially taking into consideration like where they're at and how much time that they still really have, right? I mean, we still have another Avengers movie that's supposed to drop in 2027, which is Secret Wars. So we already got the two movies lined up in 2028. So far, I am kind of curious as to um when X-Men is certainly going to be ready. You're going to tell me that X-Men isn't going to be ready until 2029, or will we have like three movies in 2028 is really going to be my next question. But you certainly still have time, and the fact that we now have Secret Wars after Doomsday, you probably really want to focus on just really wrapping up the stories that you certainly have left to tell. And maybe Spider-Man Brand New Day opens the door in regards to the X-Men stuff a little bit, if you believe some of the rumors in regards to her being Jean Grey. I still refuse to believe anything. I still think it's just a toss-up in regards to who she could potentially be. But I think you have plenty of time before you even introduce any sort of casting. I personally would have loved to have seen it here, at least for like a Professor X or Magneto, but I don't blame them for wanting to hold off on that until they have a lot more information for themselves. And again, we also have a whole nother San Diego Comic Con before we even get to Secret Wars and whatnot. So um we'll see. I'm sure some people will say they were kind of underwhelmed, but I definitely enjoyed being surprised, legitly surprised, in regards to what they did announce and drop for us today. So yeah. Let's see. We've been going on for about 2 hours now. I will go ahead and get through some of this stuff real quick for you that was announced earlier this week. We did get a lot of comic book announcements. The day on Saturday actually kicked off with Marvel discussions. I mean, excuse me, with DC comic books. There was a Metropolis and Beyond panel that kicked things off. Let me see if I can actually. That's what I meant to do, was pull up some additional things that I had liked earlier from the convention, from the panels that wind up dropping. Um, we did get some new looks at Superman. Um, they have a big event that's going to be taking place here relatively soon for Superman. And they're getting ready now. They're going to continue, but I think they're going to be adding new artists to the main Superman title run. And we got a kind of a little bit of a glimpse of some of that here. Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, Jenna Anderson. I was following her earlier today on social media because she was dropping these great threads. So the Metropolis and Beyond panel had a Josh Williamson, Jeremy Adams, Tom King, Morgan Hampton, Stephanie Williams, and Nicole Maines on the main stage. Joshua Williams has said he wanted to explore what it would be like for Prime to be in the DCU when it's not a big event, in regards to saying that he was on a treadmill when he had an idea of Prime becoming Superman. His own experience growing as a comic fan has influenced his approach to Prime. For those of you who are not familiar, currently right now in the Superman title, Superboy Prime is really kind of leading the way in regards to the main title, because Superman's been gone since DCKO, and Superboy Prime is now kind of standing in for him, if you will. So yeah, this was the Metropolis and Beyond panel. Um, oh, Mark Wade was also at the event. It does say here that Mark Wade and Nicole Maines are going to be working together on Justice League Unlimited issues number 24 and 25. They even went ahead and released the cover for Justice League Unlimited issue number 24, exploring all of the visions everyone saw during DCKO. I'm a really big fan of Justice League Unlimited right now. It feels like a modern day sort of Super Friends incarnate, if you will. Like the amount of characters that are part of this team is insane, and so it really gives them flexibility, to have really unique arcs that might focus on different members of the team. And Mark Wade just has a really great energy about it, so I'm glad that he's continuing to at least stay on board with it. They also did go ahead and bring up these images once again, saying uh, Germaniso will be joining Superman post Kingdom of Zod. The arc will be called The Night Shift, and will be about Lois challenging Clark to write an article for the first time in a while. The Black Lantern Corps, Cat Grant, and Marilyn Moonlight will play significant roles. And they drop some of these images, so it does look like Dan Mora sounds like he's leaving the Superman title, and it looks like they're going to be getting themselves a brand new artist for Superman. I do love Dan Mora on Superman, so I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit bummed in that regards, but we'll see how it goes. Jeremy Adams also talked about his upcoming Lanterns book. He also mentioned the Tidal War is coming to Aquaman. He also writes Aquaman. Adams jokes that every time he turns in a script, he's like, "So I powered him up again." So yeah, he's continuing to make Aquaman strong, more and more stronger. Oh yeah, also we got a new Steel announcement here. Morgan Hampton will be writing Steel. So Morgan Hampton is coming on board to go ahead and write Steel. Does Steel have a current ongoing series, or is this going to be a new series? Somebody let me know if Steel has an ongoing series right now. Oh, also, I don't have an image of this. I wish I did. But the current writer of Absolute Wonder Woman, Stephanie Williams, is set to take over the main Wonder Woman book as well. Tom King told her, thanks Williams for bringing her leadership to Wonder Woman. Williams talks Wonder Woman, saying she wanted to wife guy the hell out of Stephen Trevor to be able to show Diana's impact through a new angle. Also, we had Scott Snyder jump on board. They introduced some new Dark Side stuff also. Scott Snyder and Sanford Green take the stage to announce Darkseid versus the World. He says Snyder wanted Darkseid to represent the superhero fatigue argument in the All In saga. He's evolved and gotten even scarier and darker before big things happen next year. Let me drop some new images of that as well. Green calls working on Darkseid life's work stuff. Snyder says it will tell the history with the emotional arc of why he's doing what he's doing and what he's about to do in 2027. The hero's attempt at stopping him will bring the two worlds closer. Oh, interesting. Darkseid versus the World will be the first in a series of all in one shots. So yeah, they're doing big things. Joshua Williamson doing big things over there. There was also something else. So make sure am I in the right spot for this? Yeah. We also had a Dan Mora announcement, I believe. It's a little bit hard to see what that is on the screen, but it says Dan Mora will be writing and drawing a new one-shot Justice League Dark Realm special out in October. So he's writing and drawing a one-shot. The Justice League is an unlimited force across the earth and the stars, but the dimensions beyond our realm of understanding are now breaking through, or have they been there this whole time? This reveals the untold origins of Kadejos, the epic fire-breathing wolf-like powerhouse of the Justice League Unlimited, on a journey of redemption, power, and vengeance. From folklore legend to superhero, witness a battle of good versus evil like you've never seen before. So yeah, they also announced that the Justice League Dark Realm special by Dan Mora as writer and artist. You're doing some incredible work, man. What else did we get? Oh, we did get some absolute stuff as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did get some absolute stuff. Let me go back to Jenna Anderson because she was actually crushing it on the announcements for that one. Okay, let me bring up Jenna Anderson over on Twitter had a great thread that I found myself reading through earlier today. Snyder thanks everyone for the support of the Absolute Universe. He jokes that it felt like such a gamble. He was initially worried he'd be in the history books for helping sink DC. Snyder says the Absolute Universe is a statement that the audiences want daring and bespoke and radical stories. They say the Absolute Green Arrow 7 through 12 calls Absolute Arrow 7 through 12 a sequel with an entirely new mystery. Green Arrow's identity will be revealed in issue 6. Diana is one of his favorite characters, and he's been honored to use the book to show why. I'm a really big fan of Absolute Green Arrow. I really love the mystery behind it, and the vision as to, of who Dinah is in there just feels really different, and I kind of dig the way that the story's kind of unfolding. They did also announce a Black Canary one shot as well. It will be set between the two Green Arrow arcs and will explore Dinah's own mysteries set up in issues 4 through 6. So, before they move on to the next mystery, they're going to give you Black Canary's one shot as well. So yeah, that's pretty dope. They also talked a little Absolute Flash. Jeff Lemire is excited to write Ray Palmer again at this stage in his career. Ray will not be a good mentor to Wally. So it looks like they're introducing Absolute Adam. This is our first look at that character in Absolute Flash. He's not the only one joining the party in regards to the Absolute Flash universe. We actually got ourselves a new Victor Stone. That's right, an Absolute Cyborg is set to go ahead and debut in Absolute Flash issue number 20. Other Teen Titans will be on the way as well. It looks like this is what they're teasing. So, ooh, can we get an Absolute Titan series at some point in time? Dude, that's a sick Vic Stone design with the crazy arm. That's incredible. They also produced the first look at the upcoming Absolute Batman issue number 25. The artist says it will have the biggest surprise of them all. Well, this is the HD release. I mean, you get the opportunity to see so many characters in here, from Joker to Bane. Big old Catwoman goggles in the back. Scarecrow. Yeah, it's a pretty dope breakdown. They also showcased the first look at Absolute Wonder Woman. This issue number 25. They did not get the opportunity to drop a HD version of it yet, at least. Give it some time, though. But yeah, first look at Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 25. I do love that wraparound cover, man. That's gorgeous. And they also revealed concept art for Absolute Cheetah. This is Absolute Cheetah. They went all out with this design. And what makes this design even creepier, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. I mean, you just look traditionally at the cheetah's face, but if you actually look up towards the top of its head, you also see a human nose and a human mouth. Like, and then they inverted it for you on the bottom right hand corner, where you can actually make out like a human face when it's inverted. That is one grotesque, like, just disgusting fucking design I've ever seen. But it's like, it's stuck in my head now. Like, I cannot unsee it. But that is their new Absolute Cheetah design for their Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 25. They also dropped one for Superman, Absolute Superman, issue number 25. Incredible stuff. Absolute Metallo, Toyman, bunch of others. And then they also introduced, this was the Absolute Batman Beyond Arc M, introducing Absolute Professor Pig, the Joker's right-hand man who runs all of the arcs. Where'd it go? I just had it here. We'll explore the other 12 arcs and what function they serve. It will also introduce a lot of new Absolute versions of villains and have a major surprise at the end for the that's for their Beyond Arc M Absolute Batman. I'm assuming maybe that's a one shot. I don't know. It says it's coming in November. They did answer the question in regards to what other characters would you want to see in the Absolute universe. Um, and then they end up saying Scott Snyder said he wants to see an absolute Aquaman. Sherman said an absolute demon. Somebody said Egghead. Some person said I'm saving mine for a pitch. Who's Dial H? Who's Dial H? Is that a character? Oh, Dial H for hero. Ooh. Dial H for Hero is a comic book concept about a magical rotary dial that turns ordinary people into unique temporary superheroes for 1 hour by spelling hero. Dude, what a deep cut that is. I've never even heard of that comic before. Dial H for hero. Oh shit. It was Wonder Comics. Oh wow. Dude. Yes. Let's do that. I would love to see an absolute version of that. That shit would almost be like Wish or not that would almost be like Obsession. Like an absolute version of Obsession almost. Or like the absolute version of Dial for Heroes would be Obsession. Like that's crazy. But I dig it though. And then last but not least, we did have Marvel that dropped some news for us also. We did get the opportunity to kind of see a little bit more of their Midnight Universe. For those of you who are unaware, um, they've got a Midnight X-Men that are set to drop. There's a Midnight Spider-Man series, along with a Midnight Fantastic Four as well. And today they got the opportunity to kind of show it off a little bit. Marvel unveils. Here, let me go ahead and pull this up here for you guys. I'm gonna put the article up here. The Midnight Universe. Number 2 covers and details new cloaked cover program. Marvel Midnight Universe took center stage at San Diego Comic Con today, where writers like Jonathan Hickman, Philip Kennedy Johnson, and Tim Percy. Let me see. Is this thing sharing with you guys? Okay, there we go. So yeah, it says Marvel's Midnight Universe. Says during the Marvel Midnight Universe panel, the trio shared new details about their interconnected vision, while Marvel unveiled the issue number 2 covers for Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and X-Men, along with a fresh wave of variant covers. It says the Midnight line will also debut debut a new recurring A through E variant cover program, giving collectors to cover themes across each series every month. According to Marvel, the initiative is designed to make it easier for readers to follow their preferred variant liners and pre-order them through local comic shops. The line signature cloaked cover trade dress also detailed. Beginning after the debut issues, the main covers will conceal the full artwork beneath a shadow to open the comic. Marvel says the approach is meant to reinforce the line's horror atmosphere while preserving surprise on the shelf. Okay, so interesting. So the covers themselves will look like this. So you're going to get this is what the cover is going to look like. And then when you open it up, there's going to be like a secondary cover that highlights what's actually behind the black panels. And what's behind the black panels tend to be the horror elements of this midnight line. So it's kind of doing two things in regards to like a censorship kind of thing to protect those that are like watching it or looking at it on the shelf. But then once the reader actually opens it up, you get to actually see the full cover with the horror aspect kind of connected to it already. So that's kind of cool. So that's going to be it says the newly revealed issue number 2 covers the next chapter of each series, including Iceman's terrifying new form, Peter Parker's monstrous transformation, and more unsettling developments across the Midnight Spider-Man. Here they and so yeah, so we got those covers for Spider-Man. They also went ahead and they did reveal some artwork. This is Midnight from the Midnight X-Men line. You get the opportunity to see their version of Storm along with Nightcrawler. You also get some more interior art. I'm definitely gonna give this one a shot. I might check out all 3 of them if I'm being honest with you. Just at least the first issues to see what they're like. But this is the X-Men, Midnight X-Men stuff. Some kind of cool designs there. They also had Midnight Spider-Man. They highlighted Spider-Man's concept design as well. Looks like he's got like some sort of like living spider on his chest. Goggles reminded me of like a Spider Noir, but a more classic Spider-Man costume, with the exception of the goggles, at least. Like not costume, but like classic mask. But also, it's like a in the first one, it looks like it's got something that's draped over his shoulders too. So it's not like a tight mask. I'll be interested to see what the final result was. Oops, wrong image. And then some additional interior art as well. Definitely horrific though. Definitely dark and horrific. And then we had Midnight Fantastic Four by Benjamin Percy. Some interiors. You got the concept art for the Fantastic Four. Getting to see Mr. Fantastic's limbs. Yeah, that looks creepy. Oh, maybe her invisible form, how it's going to be portrayed for Invisible Woman. That's pretty dope. Thing, I kind of dig his design. Ooh, and it looks like the Human Torch might be an android of sorts. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll check this one out too. I love the machinery design in the center page there. It's got a very Jack Kirby vibe to me. And then surprisingly, there was something else that really kind of won me over. But I think from from a comic book perspective, I think both companies really delivered here. Marvel also had a really big announcement today. Marvel Comics did. They just announced a partnership with Kadokawa, Kadokawa, Kadokawa for 5 original manga projects in Japan, part of CB Sobolski's new role. The first teased is a Japanese Spider-Man, a teen from Shibuya. Here, let me go ahead and pull up these images here. So yeah, they're partnering with this company to do 5 original manga projects. This is their design for their Japanese Spider-Man, a teen from Shibuya. They designed characters for the Spider-Man manga. So we've got this version of him. This looks like this is designed for his very first suit, along with his high school uniform. I love the fact that they've kept the hoodie, like the Scarlet Spider hoodie, almost it looks like. But this is his, I would assume, of his eventual costume, the final suit for their Japanese Spider-Man. It's pretty incredible looking. I'm not gonna lie. We're also going to be introduced to an early version of Daredevil. This is their Daredevil design, first suit. And then you also got the final suit for Daredevil. What a big jump. I'm kind of curious as to how many issues this is certainly going to be. We also got a first glimpse at the Punisher design. I mean, they're killing it, aren't they? They're absolutely killing it with these designs. And then they also said the second Marvel manga from that company is going to be Spider-Gwen. They're introducing us to a Gwen Stacy Spider-Gwen. That's the art style for their Gwen Stacy. And then that's going to be the Spider-Gwen mock-up. Cool shit, huh? I love it. I love it. So yeah, everybody really brought it. Everybody really brought it, comic book wise, for sure. And I gotta look. I also gotta give props to DC Comic Books. Also, I talked a little bit about this when during the Marvel the Marvel not the Marvel Comics, but yesterday's panel about DC Comics when they did more comic book announcements yesterday. They announced a Vixen ongoing series along with a Static series also ongoing. And for those of you who don't know, if you've been in part of the comic book community, though at least you probably might be aware of this. But for those of you who don't know, there was almost a boycott of like a big one of fans like not purchasing DC Comics for like a week or two or whatever the case may be. I don't remember how long the boycott was certainly going to go because of the fact that there was kind of some outrage in the sense that, DC Comics just did not have a lot of black lead main ongoing series characters. There just really weren't none, and people really wanted some level of representation, in their comic books. And so yeah, the fans were pretty vocal about it, if I'm being honest. So it seems as though being vocal in some capacity has lit a fire under DC Comics ass. And they've really had some really big announcements for the black culture for sure. The Vixen, like showing like, look, we're listening to you, right? Like you deserve to be represented. And they gave us some really big announcements here. The Vixen storyline with none other than Stephanie Williams being the writer of it. She's like one of the best writers currently going. So for her to go ahead and be the lead of a Vixen monthly series, sign me up. We also had the return of Static Shock. I think the writer Cody Ziegler, who did the Spider-Man Miles Morales comics. I believe he's going to be doing a static ongoing series. We just had Stephanie Williams again announced to go ahead and take over the mainline Wonder Woman series also. We've got a brand new, we've got Steel also that was announced here this week. Nicole Maines, I believe, is doing what was Nicole Maines doing again? Was she taking over as artist? I can't remember off the top of my head now. But we had a couple of really big announcements here this week. And to me, it really shows that they're actually listening and actually, you know, they're actually paying attention. People want to be able to see themselves on, on screen. People like myself, like as a father, like that, especially if we have sons, like I really would like to be able to have a character that my son could actually look up to and actually see themselves in, and take value and appreciation away from. And so I think representation is really important to be able to see yourself as something bigger, and the at least feel seen in that regards. And there's plenty of stories that sometimes I think that really work from a cultural perspective and a cultural point of view sort of thing, that you can't maybe necessarily get anywhere else. And so being able to highlight those and be even more relatable to the world and the people around you just makes all the more sense in the world to me. And so that's why really representation is important to me. But I'm really glad that DC Comics certainly listened in this regards, and really putting forward some, like really like credible characters, but also really solid creative teams also. I believe Jamal Campbell also just won like an Eisner Award for Best Writer for the Zatanna series, the most recent Zatanna series that he's been writing and drawing for as well. So shout out to Jamal Campbell for achieving that also. So great stuff, man. Great stuff. Arthur, what's up, Arthur? Gen Z Cyborg. I like it. I like it. The brand new Vic Stone. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I like that one. Are you doing a normal show with Stu tomorrow and an evening recap? Yeah, kind of. I think that's probably the plan. I'm probably going to try and pick some additional stories. Some additional stories to talk about as well from the week that maybe wasn't necessarily San Diego Comic-Con focused and related, but then at least get Stewart's side of the Marvel Hall H panel, and then see if there was anything else that really stood out to him. We got JJ. What's up, JJ? Good to see you in here. We're about to wrap up, but appreciate you certainly coming through today. But yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for us today. I really appreciate you certainly joining us for 3 days of San Diego Comic-Con. Shout out to my girlfriend, man, for the patience to allow me to even do this for 3 days straight and then turn around and do a live show tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, she's going to be mad. I got to get her some flowers or something. But look, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Our Super Bowl is coming to an end. Day 4 tomorrow for San Diego Comic-Con. I may not do a day 4 recap now that I'm thinking about what I just talked about with you, Kiki and Luca. So it'll probably just be A+ Cure report tomorrow. I don't know how big or significant any big news will drop in regards to Sunday, but whatever doesn't necessarily make our show, if it feels noteworthy to talk about, maybe I'll drop an individual video on it or something like that, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted. All right, but other than that, that will do it for me here today, guys. I will certainly see you guys tomorrow for our live episode of A+ Year Report at noon Central Time. But until then, do us a big favor, as always, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.